This is Justice League 46, maybe. I can't tell because there is a stamp obscuring the number. And this is from the swinging 60s. This is a Silver Age comic book, which is something we didn't get to see much of on this channel, because most of them, this included, are in terrible, terrible condition. This is a great story about life and love and what it means to be a man in the 20th century. It is the third, or maybe fourth, team-up crossover between the Justice League and the Justice Society of Superheroes. They face the evil of this cartoony-looking alien called the Antimatter Man. I like this story. I have a real soft spot for it. And I found out that Van Morrison actually brings Antimatter Man back in their Green Lanterns run. My page turns are going to be very bad. You're going to see all sorts of hesitation and panic in me hands, because this copy is like 2 seconds away from crumbling to dust. It is still attached at the staples, mostly, which I am impressed by. Part 2 of this isn't. Part 2 of this is in even worse condition. Also, I finally have another video I can put on my Sandman playlist again. I love this character, Leslie Dobbs. I love this Sandman in general. Him and Sandy Hawkins, great characters. But the playlist I made of their comics is very empty. I intended to do more of Magical Mystery Sandman, but nobody really watched those videos. And the few that did clicked dislike. We have a scene introducing us to the Justice Society of Superheroes. They are stopping a bunch of thieves and robbers. Silver Age DC had a lot of tried and tested plot mechanics. You would open like this and set up the heroes, and it is a rinse and repeat formula every issue. I didn't hold Silver Age DC in very high regard. It lacked the innovation of Marvel Comics, and it was closer to Scooby-Doo. Same shite every time, just with a different setting or a different twat under the mask. I do like this story though. It has one of the most iconic Spectre sequences for me. The issue ends with it. It's one of those images that defines Spectre in my mind forever. Back in the Silver Age, especially at DC, we had off-page adverts, and they are really annoying. And I can't imagine there are too many people who read Silver Age comics. Like this, I mean. Actual copies of Silver Age comics. Reading them on digital or in collections is just better. They remove all the adverts, and you're not terrified of breaking them. The policeman is your friend. Try telling that to George Floyd. The story is that there is a rift between the two Earths, the main Earth and the Justice Society of Superheroes' Earth. And now bad guys from one Earth are showing up on the other Earth. So here we have the Justice League fighting Mr. Sunday. Enjoyable stuff. Canary, Katie Lotz, she is there. She is great, obviously. And the thing with Silver Age DC is you can read a story. You can read these 2 issues, and they are totally okay, if not good. The problem is if you try to read any other issues after it. It is frustrating how beholden DC are to a template. And as I have mentioned plenty, they held on to that template with Justice League well into the 80s. I'm certainly not criticising the writer or the artist here. They are both great. And there were some DC books that were quality in the Silver Age. Green Lanterns is a standout in my opinion. I think The Flask might be another one. I don't know though. I've not really read that many of them. But Justice League might be the worst for being trapped in a repeated model. Once you have read one Silver Age Justice League story, you have read most of them. The highlight of this story is Spectre. We have Spectre fighting the Antimatter Man, and our second story interval. The Antimatter Man, he comes from the Antimatter universe, and now he wants to exist in the positive matter universe, and he wants to turn the 2 Earths into antimatter. And what I just said makes no sense to anyone. And so Spectre is trying to stop them. So we have wacky, high concept, cosmic shit. Meanwhile, the other side of the fight, the heroes who didn't gang up against Mr. Sunday, they fight Blockbuster Video. Later, a member of the Suicide Squad. Good stuff again. Dr. Fates, Batman, Sandman. It's all good. But the main thing is our ending, which is amazing. We have Spectre in space, holding the 2 Earths apart to stop them from colliding into a big smash of antimatter. Great bit of imagery with a really epic thing happening. Surprisingly, I do recommend this. If you are going to read one of those instantly forgettable, heavily repetitive Justice League stories of the Silver Age, I think making it this one is a great choice. We have some of the best heroes of the 2 teams. We have a pair of decent bad guys for them to fight for an issue. And then we have the overarching story with planets colliding, and Spectre, and the Antimatter Man. And all of that takes the lead in the next issue. So I'll give this 7 thumbs up.